Okay, so we have here, I'll be making Russell Westbrook. Gonna go point guard. Technically, Russell Westbrook is a lefty, but he shoots with his right hand. Why? I have no idea. So I'm gonna go with right hand because that's what he shoots with. But you can go lefty if you want. All right, so he's 6'3". I looked this up. He's 6'3", 200 pounds with a 6'8" wingspan. We'll go define. All right, so I'm gonna go with an 80 close shot. The driving layup, 89. All right, because with an 89, you'll be able to get, goal slithery. All right. I'm gonna go 86 for driving dunk because that'll give you the chance to get goal limitless takeoff. And yeah, I mean, we've all seen Russell Westbrook take off for a dunk. I'm gonna go 45 with the standing dunk. He doesn't really do standing dunks in a game, but I'm pretty sure by seeing the way that he jumps, I'm pretty sure that he can jump into a standing dunk. It obviously won't be very effective in a game, which is why I'm giving him a 45. With a 45 standing dunk, you can equip just basic standing dunks. Post control, I've never really seen him post people up like that. So, even in the mid range, like the high post, he's more of a kind of guard up kind of thing. If it hand down, man down kind of thing. Now the shooting, I expect to be underwhelmed by this. I'm gonna go 75, 74. Let's say the free throw, 70. He's 78% from the free throw line over his entire career. That's not really that good at all, to be honest. With a 70, I personally can green with a 70. It gives you a chance to make it because obviously he does make some. He just doesn't make a lot. 3-pointer, I'm giving him a 74 because he's for his entire career he's a 30% shooter. That, I mean, for like league standards, that's pretty poor. But it's not like terrible because, and this is something that a lot of people might not even know. But like Kobe was a 32.9% shooter over his entire career. But when everybody thinks of Kobe, they think of obviously his mid range game, but they think of him shooting these crazy threes. But he wasn't really that prolific of a 3-point shooter. So I'm giving him 74. Like with Kobe, if I made a Kobe build, I'd probably put him at an 83 ball. Maybe 81. How about that? 81. But yeah, mid range, I'm going 75. Because he's a poor mid range shooter as well. To be honest, he's just a poor shooter all around. But he would make a mid range a lot easier than he would make a 3-point shot. I'm obviously not gonna give him anywhere near an 80 because the guy is shooting off the top of the backboard sometime. Like that's crazy. So 75, they're makeable, but just don't expect them to be consistent, especially with the new system that 2K has made this year, where it's pretty much green or miss. Sniper's gone. So the passing accuracy, I'm gonna give him an 86 because I heard the 86 is around what last year's gold bullet passer is. Because I've seen lately people have been having issues with very slow passing. People thought that since the bullet passer badge was gone, that they could just put a 70 passing accuracy on, a 75 passing accuracy. Then they get in the game and all their passes are super slow. And they just wasted all their VC on the build. But Russell Westbrook, even though he gets a lot of assists, he does get a lot of turnovers. But that doesn't mean that his passes aren't accurate. That just means his decision making isn't necessarily the best, and that's not an attribute on here. So, but he can pass the ball accurately and very quickly. So I'll go with an 86. to represent that. Ball handling, I'll go 85. Right, he can handle the ball. Spiegel ball 85. Yeah, he's pretty fast with the ball. But with this new builder, it's a bit difficult to give people exactly what you want to give. For perimeter defense, I'll go 87. Right, he's a pretty good defender. I wouldn't give him 92. You know, where you get gold clamps, or you know, I don't just see him straight locking up everybody. You know, like a Pat Bev, a Drew Holiday. You know, someone like that. You know, MJ, Kobe. But he's definitely up there in defenders. You know, still I'll give him an 85. 85 wouldn't be bad. Block. This is more so just for badges as well. But block 64 just because of his jumping ability. I'll go ahead and max that out. Now for rebounding, you know, yeah, he's a point guard, but I mean, the guy can rebound. To be honest, you know, he averaged 7.4 rebounds over his entire career. You know, that's impressive. I think that's around like what LeBron averages in rebounds. But yeah, so definitely maxing both of those out. You know, you get in position, you know, boxing by that, you got box out beats, and then you'll see later with the vertical, you'll definitely be getting some rebounds with this build, as you should be. It's a Westbrook build, you know, 85, right? Because he's pretty fast, yeah. And I think 85 is just a good speed overall. You don't really need 90 plus speed. You know, if you got the skill, you know, he's strong. He's very strong for a point guard. So I'm definitely giving him, you know, maxing that out. All right, vertical, I'm gonna go 90 because yeah, he can jump. We got posterized Rudy Gobert, like he can jump. Stamina, I always go 90 because you don't really need any higher than 90. You know, the only time stamina really bothers you is when you're in my career and you play short minute quarters, you know, like 5-minute quarters and stuff. Then yeah, it'll bother you. But in rec, you know, if you got Gatorade, you do Gatorade workout, you don't have to worry about stamina like that. So I think 90 is just really good, it won't bother you at all. So this is the build. Let's see. For takeovers, I'd say finishing moves, obviously. And I'll give him a defensive takeover here. You don't really see him breaking ankles very often, doing pull-ups like that, to be honest. Let's see. You could go play make and take. I wouldn't be mad at that. You know, he has those games where he just goes crazy and gets those triple doubles with low turnovers. But he does get a lot of turnovers, so that's why me personally, I'm not gonna give him a play make and take. I'll give him a defensive take because that's one thing that Russell Westbrook will bring to almost every game is a lot of effort and tenacity. So I'll be giving him, I'll say perimeter bass drop. Yeah, because that intensity can really mess with a player. Yeah. All right, moving forward. Let's see what it comes out as. All right, well, we got shades. Okay, De'Aaron Fox. I can see that. I'm not sure who Steve Francis is, to be honest. I have to go look him up and see if that's accurate. Lonzo Ball. I don't really agree with that, to be honest. Yeah, Lonzo can finish, but you know, I mean, Lonzo's a shooter as well. The guy is a prolific shooter, actually. For a while, like when he moved to the Bulls, they were actually using him like he was a 2 guard. He was sitting in the corner, shooting threes, you know, spotting up. You know. But as you see, we got a 2-way diamond finisher. I think that's pretty accurate. This will be a bit of a series, I guess. I'll be making a lot of like real player builds. You know, it's something I like to do. Like every 2K, I always make like over 10 builds. Like make and upgrade over 10 builds. I have to delete some builds because I keep making so many. So it'll be a mixture. I'll make builds where, you know, just trying to make the best overall build or something. But and then I'll make builds where I try to make them as close to the actual player as possible. So I see sometimes people make like a Kevin Durant build, but he's not the right height or something, because if you put him at the real height, you can't get him exactly how you want him. I'm gonna try to make them exactly how they are, the real measurements and everything. And then if you have any players you want to see me make, just leave them down in the comments. If you like the video, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe.